The stock market is rigged, and today's lesson is do not marry your positions. Don't fall in love with them. Win rate can be great. All these things can be amazing. The factors can be on your side. GDP is down. PCE is up. Blah, blah. We just have to trade what's happening. Trade the price action. Because remember, Wall Street exists to crush as many retail traders as possible. And as soon as you can kind of put that into your head, like, hey, I don't care about anything, I'm just going to trade what I see on the chart, you can crush it. And if you did that today, you had a great day. We start out, look at this thing. They open us $6.56 lower. You can see it right here. I mean, GDP is low, PCE is hot, whatever. And typically, what happens is we nuke, we go. And we have a really good amount, let's see them, of bear bombs here that historically win, right? So this is 52.63% with ADV. That means we can feel reasonably confident that this is going to win 52% of the time, that's a coin flip. That's a coin flip. You have to, 52% is great, but that's still a coin flip, okay? And just like a 52% can lose, a 21.21% with no p-value, meaning no statistical probability, can win at 221% if you just buy and hold until the end of the session. So we can use all of these things, bias, whatever. It can help guide our decisions. But really, at the end of the day, we need to trade the price action and we need to follow the system. Tradability right here at 1040. Possible trend day. And the reason why is because, look, we're at 126% volume at 937. At 1040, it comes down a little bit, but we know we're going to see 3 strikes in one direction, and it's a possible trend day or perfect tags. Now, if you watch the ping pong strategy video, Wall Street pulled that off perfectly today. Because when we go to the open, okay, we go down, we briefly dip below 498, but really this thing is just ping-ponging at the strike right at 499. And you see that happen from the open all the way until 11:30. This is pure ping-pong, okay? But because volume is high, we want to chase whatever way this breaks out, whatever direction. And the bias is that it's going to go down, right? Let's look at this one, 1124. Scroll down and find it. We're fixing this so I can just click and go, right? We have an advantage. We have 52.63% win rate. Every single one of these gets absolutely crushed. But because MDA, max drawdown average, 26%, and we know, hey, if this is going to win, there's going to be a significant drawdown. So we can take this trade, we took this trade, and we lost on it. And that's okay. That's all part of trading options. Day in and day out, you're going to lose. But you can't marry the position. You can't marry the idea that we're going to go down. I mean, it's only 52.63%. Coin flip. We lost the flip this time. That's okay. We want to trade it every single time it comes up. We're hoping when this ping pong breaks at 499, it's going to go lower. But at the same time, hope was probably a bad word because we need to have fear until we're like 50%. Until the option is like 50%, you need to be very afraid that it's going to go against you. And with every single one of these, we walked everyone through this. Like, hey, we did not break 498. That's cool. Just get out of it. Take the loss. We tried this one again. We took another loss. Like, that's fine. It's all part of this. Honestly, being able to lose and not let your ego get in the way of needing to be right and being married to your positions is probably the hardest and most important thing you can do, change about yourself to make options trading successful. And we wish right here we had a bull, because at Rigged we like to say no bombs, no trust. But this is breaking out of the ping pong. We do get them right here. And this goes for, 180%. You're taking that, you're going right up to 502. Because why? This is 3 strikes. You're going to runners. We're telling you right here. Go to runners at 3 strikes. So even if we're in this late, we can take it here, and boom. This next part is interesting, right? So a bear comes in, and this is after we've already moved down. And as soon as this gets rejected, we need to assume trend day. It's just going to keep going up. And Wall Street loves to do this because we opened so low. This is like the second or third time, probably in the history of Rigged, since we started recording this in October, that we've opened so low. Everyone gets a bearish bias, and what does Wall Street do? Crushes them. This right here, though, is an excellent trade. Now, if we're on full send mode, it's going to say, hey, don't look for a swing until your PS plus or minus 10. That's position score. Now let's scroll down and look at these. 1353. You get 4 in a row. P-value, we don't have anything. None. But what do you notice? PS is 10.8, 10.24. This is what you want to see. If this thing is going to turn around, it's right about here. And look, while they don't go 100%, you're in the trade every single time, and you win. Even the 500p lotto, which was so far out of the money, you're getting 100% in 22 minutes. Obviously, the major drawdown, but drawdown average is 28%. You got to be, it's a lotto. High risk, high return, but you got it. So even if you didn't get 100%, we still won on these trades. And that's beautiful. That's the system working as designed. Next, we nuke down, right? So we're here, and then we nuke to 502. And after taking a little bit of profit on these, we got a little bit idiotic. It happens. Try and only make one stupid mistake per day, and that was the only one. Especially when you see we don't nuke below it, and you're getting a lot of bullish flow, plus the green florbs, right? So these small green balls, they represent bullish trades. And what's happening? Right here, we dip below 502 multiple times, and we do not nuke below it. So anytime you're in a position and you're at the strike and it is not just flying through. So it's the same thing here, right? If you're in calls, we're going up to 503. It is not flying through it. You're seeing a ton of bear alerts come in. You got to swap. And just like we come down here and we're below 502, you're not seeing Wall Street come in with the bear bombs, you're probably going to get screwed. And if you can have the defensive mindset and take a small win, small loss here, you're going to crush this thing long term. Next, this is interesting, right? It feels late, and really anytime after 1500 you're trading these, it can go either way. And today, they actually crushed it. And you're getting 90%, this swing right here, 132%. The win rate, it's low. It follows the trend, right? Because possible trend day when we look at everything. But it's not like this is easy. This is not easy. This is very scary because the further up we get from the blue line, the more risk there is for bulls. Amazing trade right here on the bears, even if you're scared of chasing this whole move higher. We get above 3 strikes, and boom, you're getting 90%, 80%, 100%. But I think probably like the most important thing to get across is that when we see ping pong, which we have here, obviously we want to trade these because it's 50%, but we're not in love. We're not married to the idea that it has to go down. The only thing we're thinking, whatever direction this thing breaks, we're going to chase it. Because it's just sitting here, right? It's not going anywhere. And it's going to go somewhere, especially when volume is elevated, over 100%. That's trading the session. That's how it worked today. Really, you're losing small or winning a little bit, losing small here. I mean, if you wanted to, could have chased this one up. Best trade of the day, probably right here, because you're getting 53% win rate. We're way up, PS, around that 10 range. No drawdown, but just remember, when we get to the strike and we go 1, we're like down 2, and it does not just fly, you're going to get crushed because we're trading the opposite side. That is it. The stock market's rigged. Tomorrow's Friday. Who knows what will happen? But remember, follow tradability first. We use tradability to give us bias, and then we're looking at Komodo, we're looking at win rate. If you could do that and always lose small, sometimes win big, you will absolutely crush it here. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Keep it extra frosty.